What's up, everyone? Welcome into The Decision. Michael Mursky and the main guy of the show tonight, who for the first time in the next history is dressed fancier than me, Josh Berman. We're gonna kind of play this like The Decision back in 2010, right?
Of course. This is a
Repeat
big
what
decision.
LeBron said. And so I'm gonna ask him questions for like 15 minutes. Kind of gonna stall. All right, Josh.
Let's get this-
Anything you want to say before we get this started?
I would like to thank all 30 teams who took part in this. This was not an easy decision, as this is where my NBA fandom's going, and this was not an easy call.
Definitely. All right, Josh. First off, the big question on everyone's mind is where are you going, and that's we're not going to ask for a couple minutes. But
Right.
another big question is, well, have you made your decision?
Yes.
Yes, you have. All right. And here's the question: why did you make the decision that you made?
Well, I actually can answer this for both teams, and this actually won't give away anything because this is the answer for neither team here. I believe both teams are really, really headed in the right direction for the future. And they have my two favorite players in the entire NBA are Luka Doncic and Devin Booker. So as someone who has been a player fan throughout my life, I felt like that was a pretty easy decision. And honestly, we talked about that, and I've been kind of stalling here. I've been deciding between these two teams pretty much since the beginning. These have been I'll tell you, these have been the two front runners since the beginning.
So these are the top two.
These have been the top two the whole time.
All right. So you have Booker, you've had Ayton and Oubre, and Ricky Rubio's there, Cam Johnson's there, right?
Mike Williams is a great coach.
Right, and they have they're going to get someone in the draft. But then you look at the Mavericks. I mean, they got Luka Doncic, who's one of the future of the NBA. Then you got his sidekick, Kristaps Porzingis, who's also excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So you have Porzingis and Doncic. And then you have, Dorian Finney-Smith and Tim Hardaway and Boban Marjanovic, who really barely plays, but it still makes a big impact. I was with Josh for, I think, all the Mavericks games that you did with me, right? I'd imagine. I think so. Right? So almost every time, both me and Josh smiled when Boban came on. So, all right, Josh, I want to talk about these two teams because you said they were your front runners, right?
The whole time.
Can you tell us what appealed to you about these teams? And we're going to go through them separately. Let's start with Dallas. Why did you like Dallas?
Well, first of all, I mean, Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic. I've loved Doncic from the beginning. I mean, I hyped him up draft time. A lot of people were doubting him. I really did not. I thought he was great, and I've been rooting for him his whole career. He's been great to watch, and the main guy. But Rick Carlisle's been there for a long time. They have a really great culture there. Also, when it comes to a fun owner, I don't think it gets more fun than Mark Cuban in terms of ownership in the NBA.
Yeah, right. All right, Josh. I'm down here because you're the big star today. So I'm kind of trying to play this like it. So, the Suns. What stood out to you about Phoenix? Because Phoenix, in terms of when you talk about teams, they went 9-0 in the bubble, and you've mentioned so many times you got a tremendous respect from them. But you had a choice of all the teams in the NBA, except for Dallas, and you chose Phoenix.
I will tell you that, and now obviously I've never had a favorite team, but I will tell you that throughout the bubble, if I had a team, this was the team. From the beginning, I rooted for these guys, and watching them really earn my respect. Devin Booker was already one of my favorite players in the NBA.
Right.
So he was a guy easy to root for. I think DeAndre Ayton, I mean, despite going number 1 overall, has been completely overshadowed by the guy who went number 5 in Luka Doncic and number 3 Trae Young. So,
right.
I mean, it's just it was something about Phoenix. I've for some reason always liked. I mean, my 2K in 19, my player was on the Phoenix Suns, and kind of Root for them ever since a little bit because of that, and that's not a joke. That's true.
I
But
believe you.
these guys have always been a team that I've enjoyed watching. So I mean, these have
Fair.
been, even if I never was a fan of the team. I mean, I guess these kind of were always my two favorite teams.
Right. All right, Josh. I'm gonna ask you this. First off, can you go over your contract details for us, for everyone watching that doesn't know?
It is a lifetime contract. However, after the 2022 season, there is an opt-out clause. If I feel the team I'm going to is going in the wrong direction, I do have the option to opt out. However, after that season, if I don't opt out, I got to stay there.
The rest of your life.
That's my life, yeah.
So this is like a life decision.
It is.
He's not going to cheer for a single team for the rest of his life unless he chooses otherwise in 2022.
Correct.
Now, Josh, you must be careful because we've seen a good amount of trade rumors surrounding Devin Booker. And now, let's say Devin Booker, a team I've seen a lot to, is the Timberwolves, for example. Let's say Booker heads to Minnesota and you choose Phoenix here. And I think we can agree that the reason you're choosing these two teams is Doncic and Booker, which is why I made the background only Doncic and only Booker. Right? So if Booker leaves and you choose Phoenix, I mean, I'm sure that definitely played in your decision, but have you thought about something like that even for like a Doncic maybe? Like, has that played into you? Has like the possibility of your favorite player leaving, has that been in the decision?
One of the reasons why I have the 2022 opt-out clause. Mm-hmm. That's what you said. However, I do believe that Devin Booker, especially after we're having the bubble, he definitely will leave.
All right. Now, you told us why you made the decision you made, but what went into the decision that you made?
Honestly, it was a gut decision. You know, something in my gut says I gotta go with this team, and this is the team I'm going with.
Yeah, and that's fair, and I like that. It's kind of cool. You know, the team I'm going with, it's this team, sticking to this team. All right, we're going to get to our decisions. When do you want to do it? 9:45?
Sure.
All right. 9:45, we're going to have the decision, but let's talk here for a bit, Josh, and let's talk about the NBA as a whole, and we're not obviously going to go to a team by team why you took them out, but what kind of reigns like supreme for like Mavericks, Suns, than the the franchises, the historic, the Celtics and Lakers, who I know you kind of don't like. You got the Wizards, who are the closest team to you. You've kind of been hyping up the Sixers. It seemed like you really like the Clippers. The Nuggets were also up there. You know, those teams. What kind of separates these two? Because you knew these were going to be the final two. And they were interchangeable.
I never really liked Philly. I just like Ben Simmons. I want to stop you there real quick.
All right. Well,
both of that. But
the Nuggets, Clippers,
your question,
Raptors.
Before we I mean, the teams like the Lakers and the Celtics, and I mean even the Warriors to an extent. I mean, teams like that, it's very simple.
Right.
I don't want to be called a bandwagon.
So that's why you don't want to cheer for them?
Well, it's not just that. I mean, yes, I don't want to be called a bandwagon, but also I don't want myself to be a bandwagon. I want to jump on a team that I think that I genuinely enjoy watching, not because they're winning, because I really enjoy watching them play.
Well, here's my stance on at least like the Mavericks. I think you can also kind of say the Mavericks could be in a way a bandwagon because me and you both agreed back in the bubble. These are, if we would have to pick one team to rule the NBA for years to come, it'd probably be Dallas for the next 5 years. I mean,
that comes back to I enjoy watching them play.
Right, but Phoenix, I don't think is.
I eliminated a team like Houston, which I just don't like watching them play. I don't like the way they play basketball.
That's fair. And me and you are different in that. I like Harden, I like Westbrook. But I get it, Doncic and Booker. But aside from Doncic and Booker, because you got to realize this is not a Doncic and Booker decision. This is not between Doncic and Booker.
This is organization.
right. This is an organizational decision. Aside from Doncic and Booker, tell me why Porzingis, Finney Smith, and you mentioned Cuban, Carlisle, the rest of the team outside of the stars, because as I mentioned, if one of them gets traded, then it's the rest of the team. Then you're cheering for a Devin Booker-less stars. Are you ready to take that step and tell me why for both of these teams you like the supporting cast around Doncic or Booker?
Well, for Phoenix, we haven't necessarily seen it. And I'm not going to say we have because we haven't. However,
right.
What we have seen with Phoenix is a lot of heart. We've seen a lot of promise. I really, really like Monty Williams. I think DeAndre Ayton is a potential star. I think a guy like Mikal Bridges is really underrated. I like Dario Saric is a really nice player as well.
Cam Jordan, maybe?
They need a point guard. That's all they need. They need a point guard, and I think this team is a definite playoff team. Definite playoff team. Easy playoff team. I think it could very well be a playoff team next year without a point guard. But I think they point guard, they are a very, very good team for a very long time. Because they allow these guys, all those guys mentioned, they're also all young.
Right. They are. And that's why, we can agree that the Mavericks are the future. Because not only do they have the
Porzingis. Well, not Phoenix, but yes.
Right, I know. I know you're talking about Phoenix, but I'm just saying, like, in general. But Phoenix also, not only do the Mavs, have the young Booker, their future with that is young. Rick Carlisle, one of the better head coaches we have seen. I mean, I won't say ever, but this decade, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
one of the best head coaches this decade, right? Had that.
That 2011 team championship is an unbelievable thing.
Josh is gone. He's back. Right.
I think a 2011 team to a championship is picking a 2011 team to a championship. That was a big deal. Probably the best underdog story we've seen. I mean, less of the Heat win the championship this year. I mean, that's probably the best underdog story we've seen in the last decade for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Wide margin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you that I was torn between these two teams. I actually went back and forth a couple times, but yesterday, I woke up and said, all right, this is where I'm going. I woke up and I said, yeah.
So you made your decision yesterday?
I did.
Does anybody else know?
Nope.
Not even your family?
Nope.
Haven't told his family?
I've not told anybody.
No friends, no nothing, only you.
You don't know.
I don't know. And you're super confident with the decision.
I'm ready.
You've gotten your speech ready?
I'm ready to go right now. Let's go.
9:43. Do you want to do it now? Bit early? 2 minutes early? All right, Josh. The floor is all yours. Who is your favorite NBA team?
This is really tough. All right. Next season, I'm taking my talents to the desert and joining the Phoenix Suns.
Wow! Josh doesn't go with that future that's already built in. We know he's going to go with... He's not playing it safe. He's going to go with the Phoenix Suns. You're going all out on the Phoenix Suns. Tell us why Phoenix over Dallas.
Devin Booker in the bubble was just... I mean, the heart he showed during that bubble run with that team was something special. And you know what? I could see this backfiring. But you know what? This team shows heart. I like where this direction is going. I love Monty Williams. And I just think there's something special happening over there in Phoenix. Now, that being said, I could very well see this team. I mean, people forget this arena in Phoenix is getting up there a little bit. We could see this team move to Seattle in a couple of years. That also played into my decision because I would love to cheer for a Seattle NBA team.
Wow.
And there's a chance that if there's any team that's going to move in the next few years, there's a very good chance it could happen as their arena is getting up there in age, and we don't know. And I think I also was there. And I don't know. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I like what I see from them. And I'll tell you, I have ordered a Devin Booker jersey. It's on the way. And it was actually supposed to get here today. I had a whole plan. I was going to take this off and unveil a Devin Booker jersey, but it
So
didn't.
you had your decision ahead of time.
I ordered it yesterday. So
Oh. Wow. So you had to play the Suns, the Phoenix Suns.
I'm a Suns fan.
I mean, this is great. This is excellent. This is incredible. But
God, don't you? You thought I was going to Dallas, didn't you?
oh, let's go! I get $10.
From who?
My mom.
You bet on it with your mom.
My mom said he's going to Dallas. Said she's putting $10 on it. Let's go! I get $10 from my mom. I'm not kidding.
I know you're not kidding. That's why I'm laughing.
Just realized it. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. My mom owes me $10. I mean, you gotta do something like that, you know? All right. Josh, an incredible blockbuster deals I'm about to tweet out ties Josh to Phoenix for life.
I got a max contract too, so
Max contract. Phoenix.
hashtag
Josh
secure the bag.
will be rocking the orange and the purple in the desert.
Another reason why I joined it. We got the Orioles and got the Ravens.
Got the Orioles, you got the Ravens, you got the mix, you got right, exactly. Man, I got my.
I didn't get a chance to mention that, but yeah,
Say it again.
I didn't get a chance to mention that, but I was about to. Yeah, Orioles and Ravens.
All right, I got my orange on. I'm gonna jersey swap you to every Suns jersey they have. Came out with a new jersey today with the Jordan logo because they know you think Jordan's the GOAT. And did that play in your decision that they brought in the Jordan logo?
That was the decision was already made, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pretty excited to see that.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jersey swap you right now to the Suns because Josh, you are now a member of the faithful, loyal Phoenix Suns fan base. And so your second favorite team is the Mavericks.
I guess
But
you can say
get
that.
no second favorite team because
I'm not
you're a
a
Phoenix.
second favorite team, so
And I'll ask you one more thing before we move on. The 2022 opt-out clause. Have you even started thinking about that?
no.
No.
It's just there if I need it.
Well, will you be watching the Suns games this year? How will you do that? Because you gotta realize you're on the other side of the country.
Berman Standard Time. You never heard of this?
Well,
I don't sleep.
so what? So what? Oh, you're gonna watch like a replay?
I don't sleep. If you don't know this, my sleep schedule is non-existent. I watch the Suns games. Why not?
The sun doesn't rise, but Josh will be watching the sun. No, I lost it. Okay.
That was bad. That was bad.
That was very bad. Very,
Let's
very
go
bad.
Suns. Berman Standard Time is going to be alive and well during the NBA season.
Wow. So Berman to the Suns, ladies and gentlemen. That's official. That's the decision. You're taking your talents. And how do you think people will react to this? You haven't checked your phone yet. You haven't checked the media.
I will be.
We've gotten some.
I think everyone was expecting me to say Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a pretty, like, the consensus was almost unanimously Dallas.
As a matter of fact, the reason I thought it was actually Dallas too. As a matter of fact, the reason that I made the bet with my mom, I didn't want to. I was very hesitant about it, but my mom wanted to put $10 on Dallas. And when we looked at like everyone, we were said this in dinner and during dinner, and we looked at everyone on the table, and they all said Dallas, and I said Dallas too. They didn't want to bet with my mom, but I said, you know what? Some things give, Josh kind of gave a hint to it during the bubble. He said they might be my favorite team. The only team you said that about, by the way.
I did.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take up the hints together. And then you said maybe you're getting some jersey. I don't know. I brought all the hints together, all the clues together. It was pretty much 51-49. I kind of thought about it. I thought it was going to be Dallas, but I said Phoenix. Josh, you're a Sun. What do you want to say to the Mavericks? And then we're going to ask you, what do you say to the Suns for your closing remarks?
Rick Carlisle, you guys gave me a great offer.
Mm-hmm.
But And I do genuinely believe that this team is going places. I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. I think it actually probably be more bold of us if they weren't going places. I mean, you got a great future. You got some great fans. You don't need me. You got plenty of fans over there. And hey, if things don't work out in 2 years, you never know. But I'm confident in my decision in Phoenix.
All right, Josh.
To the Suns fans,
closing remarks to Suns fans. You got a new member?
I'm here. Let's go.
So
I mean,
you're.
that was another thing. I mean, that wasn't a really huge part of this decision, but I love watching Charles Barkley. He's a former Sun. That had nothing to do with my decision, but it's a cool plus. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's a cool plus.
I mean, Steve Nash.
The question is, can they compete for the West? Do you think they can? Truly.
Not
Take your Suns, because we know you're a Suns fan now. So take your fan away, your unbiasedness, because you are a fan now. It's hard to.
Of course.
Weird to say, but you are a fan of the Suns.
I do believe they will be a playoff team next year.
Take your unbiased. You do believe. All right, and for the record, me and you both had the Suns making the playoffs this year. Did not work out. They went 9-0. 8-0 in the Orlando bubble, Josh. And you give him a ton of respect. And is that what the one factor? What was the one big thing? The X factor. The X factor. Something that Phoenix had.
Watching them win.
So something that Phoenix had that Dallas didn't was watching them win like that.
Watching them go on a streak where everybody counted them out and coming one Karis LeVert missed shot away from the playoffs was incredible. Because I count the Memphis Grizzlies as a playoff team in my head, at least last year, even if they technically weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, at least, they were one Karis LeVert missed shot away from the playoffs. Wow. I mean, this team is going places. I love what Booker does, and I really think Booker is going. The one thing I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about the Kardashian curse, but you never know. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Well, who knows? People know Luka now. Maybe he's going to be dating one of the Kardashians. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up here. It's currently 9:53 on the East Coast, but that doesn't matter for all you Suns fans.
6:53 over there.
6:53. Josh, time at 6:53.
Go.
All right. It says the Nets fan, who, by the way,
I don't care.
Is now a fan of a team
to go to the playoffs.
Well, hold on. You know who their coach is? A guy from your team. One of the best Suns of all time.
Yeah,
actually,
I do have a little bit of rooting interest in Brooklyn.
One of the best. Yeah, all right. Where do they finish on your ranking, by the way, out of curiosity?
Well, there wasn't really a ranking until we reached the top 5. So, I mean, they were eliminated around halfway through.
All right. So you think they're all right. So, but if it's Phoenix against anybody, it's Phoenix. And if it's Dallas against anybody but Phoenix.
As I've said this before about NFL, and I'm going to stick by it. It is my belief. I am not a believer in second favorite teams.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have a second favorite team. Like I hate all the NFL teams. I have strong hate for the Steelers and Patriots.
It's going to the NFL logic. I mean, it's Ravens or no one else. So I got to adapt that same knowledge. I mean, it is.
Same here. 100%, completely. Same exact philosophy here.
I think we're looking at a team that's going to be probably the 7 or 8 seed in the West next year, so I'm excited.
All right, Josh, new fan of the Phoenix Suns. Thanks so much for joining us doing this.
Well said, Michael.
You heard it here first. Berman is a Sun. Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to catch NBA Finals Game 2 tomorrow night on the next network, and have a great rest of your night.